United States of America, a country we see a lot in the movies we watch. When I was young, I loved American high school films. We all know plenty of scenes like this. But I always wondered if this is how high schools are really like. Back in 2006, I was a shy German kid, and I just decided on the biggest, scariest leap of my life. A year away as a foreign exchange student in an American high school. I wanted to find out how real these high school movies really are. This is my story, my experience about cheerleaders, guns, and prom. This is the story of a foreigner in an American high school. I signed up with this program and I hoped they would find me a host family somewhere in California, Florida, somewhere where it's warm. Well, I ended up in Duluth, Minnesota, which is a place I've never heard of before. It was the first time I would be in the States and everything just seemed so different. I literally got a culture shock. The roads were just huge, the cars on the roads were huge, the buildings were enormous. Just walking around in Chicago, I felt so small. It was just a very different setting than what I was used to. Now, I was very lucky. I had an amazing host family. I loved my host dad, my host mom, and I had 3 host siblings.
Hello.
Hello.
So
how is the family? Oh, hi.
And it was like a typical house I used to know from the movies. It was amazing, and we always had a lot of people over, and I love that about the culture. There were always a lot of people, a lot of friends there, just hanging out with us, and I was immediately accepted. It was just a very, very cool time.
So your video recording how all Americans are like, huh?
yeah.
This is what America's like.
Now I remember the beginnings because I still was quite homesick because I just missed Germany.
I just had a soccer game. Feel fine. It's okay. But I'm also looking forward when I come back. I don't know. But I like it here. It's cool.
There was a big turning point for me, and that was when I met Andrew, who became my best friend. He knew everyone in high school, and that's how I got to know a lot of people, and that's how I really got into the culture, got into the high school, and got to know a lot of people. And what I loved is the close ties of sports and high school, and I would go to a lot of games, American football, basketball, and cheer on the team. And it was just so much fun.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Now, at that time, back in 2006, the basketball team of the school was really, really good. So we had this final game against our rival. Whoever would win that match would go to the state tournament, which would be held in the capital. Crazy thing happened, we won that game, and in the end everybody's just storming down onto the court. I was hugging my friends who were playing, and it was just an intense feeling, and it felt like the whole school was going crazy.
Jason! We're going to state! That's the man! Whoa! We're going to state! We're going to state!
My whole family was amazing. They really tried to show me the American way of life, and up there, it's very common to go hunting, so we actually went on this hunting trip. It was the first time I saw guns, it was the first time I shot guns, and it was just a very interesting experience.
Yeah!
Hello. No, yours is still there.
There he is.
Weather can be crazy in the north, and I experienced that firsthand. I mean, it snowed so much, I've never seen so much snow.
Awful. Oh, look at Carter. Carter. This is awful. It's awful.
Now I remember from the high school movies that there was a special week, homecoming week, where everybody would dress up in the school colors and there would be a big celebration in the end, and it was so cool to experience that firsthand. And it literally was like in the movies. I was walking through the hallway, everything was in red and white, people were dressed up, I was dressed up, and we were just cheering on our school. Now eventually that school year would come to an end, and me being part of the graduating class, I was in the middle of all of it, walking down the aisle with the classic music.
But I can say I lived my dream. I had so many great experiences, like going to Sweetheart, watching the state basketball game, and cheering on the other schools.
Kara Lynn Murphy. Matthew Richard Nelson.
Me at prom, just pictures of my friends. But my absolute favorite is this book. This book is my absolute favorite because it was the yearbook. The cool thing is that people would write in it at the end of the year. So, you know, you had all these, you had all these people write into it, and it's just, it's such a cool memory. I love it. I really miss those times. I met such wonderful people who took me in and became like family. And I was heartbroken when it was time to go back. I did not want to leave. These were my friends. This was my life now. I believe there are special moments in life that change everything, that alter the course of the future. We often don't know when they are coming. Only looking back do we understand. Being a year in an American high school was my special moment. This year showed me that I can do so much more. It changed my perception of different cultures. It showed me the joy of meeting people that are different. It is the reason for who I am now. It gave me the strength to do what I do now. It changed everything.
Oh my God!
Staying here now.
Brother, I cheer for Liverpool.
Looking real Pakistani now.
Yes.
What do you think, guys?
Yes, you're right.
We're a team now, right?
Run out to the end of the parking lot and back.
I will.
No, I will, of course, Ben.
I know what I